Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are y'all doing today? Put out a little bit of a disclaimer here. Look, y'all, if you're new here, just so you know, I do not sugarcoat, I do not coddle, I do cuss. And I'm probably going to hurt your feelings at some points, because if you have a bad tarot reading or I pick up negative energy in a tarot reading, I am not going to coddle you through it. I'm going to tell you what I see and how it is. And you know what? Sometimes your life sucks because you make bad decisions and you have a shitty attitude about it. I mean, that's just what I'm picking up. The energy I'm getting is what you're missing where you're blessed. And that is an energy in spirituality. The reason we say that you need to be positive, and it's not so much about being positive, it's about gratitude, right? Sometimes you need to figure out that be grateful for what you have. Like, you could be upset that you're a single parent and you have all these kids and da-da-da-da this and da-da-da-da that, and life's so hard and nobody understands. But at the same time, as you're complaining about your kids, there could be someone there who can't have kids, always wanted to have kids, could never have kids. They would give anything in the world to have your problems, right? So that's kind of the energy. It's like, you know, before you get mad, somebody might look at your life and the things that you complain about as being blessed. Kind of case in point, it's like I was talking to Luna the other day, and you know, her house is kind of empty for the summer and everything else like that, and she was just like, yeah, she's feeling a little less than motivated. So we were getting into that, and then she was just like, you know, but you're so blessed. You have like all those people where you're at. You got your whole family there. You got the babies there. You got all that stuff there. And it's like, yeah, exactly. You know, I'm complaining because it's so many people and we're all stepping on each other's toes. But at the same time, she's like, I'd give anything to have that much. I don't even think I have that many people in my family. You know, we got Aquarius energy. That's about hope and renewal. We got the moon energy. For me, the moon is phasing. We got 11. We got that manifesting energy. And yes, the universe does listen to what you're grateful for. And the more grateful you are for something, the more the universe will bless you. Now, if you're ungrateful and you're not recognizing your blessings and you're miserable about everything and everything goes wrong and you keep saying, oh, life's just hard and that's the way it is, the universe goes, okay, I'll make it harder. Whatever you believe, the universe is going to give you. I mean, and it's not, the universe does not act to who you pretend to be. You could be one of those positive, bubbly, loving lights all day long on Facebook, you know, smiling at everybody's faces and, you know, out in the world and everything else like that. But if the inside of you has a negative dialogue, that's what the universe is listening to. That's kind of why your subconscious is so important, because the universe more or less listens to your subconscious more than it listens to you. We got somebody making waves. We got this masculine again, cutting off a feminine. I actually held that reversed. So we got a we got a masculine here that's cutting off a feminine. We'll get more into the story. Something that's making waves. So something that's kind of shocking. Something that's causing a ripple effect. Got the birds here. Got the birds here. The bird's a story of someone who stole... It's about stories about the king of the birds and how the one bird became the king of the birds by asking the roadrunner to borrow his colorful feathers, and left the roadrunner with nothing but his pale brown feathers. And now this other bird has all these beautiful flying feathers, and they're flying high, and everybody's listening to this other bird. It's now been voted king of the birds, and it was supposed to give back its beautiful feathers to the roadrunner so the roadrunner could fly again, but now the roadrunner can't fly, and it stays hiding in the distance off on its own, watching everybody else. It also comes with the message that there could be too many cooks in the kitchen. I'm going to go ahead and read it, because I feel like I don't want to miss the point here. Give me 1 second. Alright. Sorry, y'all. Dopey wanted in the house. The bird, Seven of Pentacles. What is the Seven of Pentacles for me? And when I read tarot, it is you reap what you sow. Whatever you sow. Right? Coming and going, small problems, verbal communication, and misunderstanding. How the King of the Birds was chosen is a Mayan story that describes how the Quetzal, a plain brown bird, campaigned to be King of the Birds. He convinced the beautiful, shy roadrunner to lend him his feathers. And when the Quetzal was chosen because of his burrowy finery, he failed to return the feathers. Due to this problem, the roadrunner now hides and watches all the comings and goings of the other birds. He wants to communicate with the Quetzal, but the King of the Birds flies too high now, and all the birds in the background of this card represent how badly things can go awry when too many beaks are involved. Notice where the bird card shows up and determine who's communicating and why. Make sure you truly understand that it is you. I just let Coda out and let him back in. He does not need to come back out. Oh, Brutus can come out, yeah. Oh no, I thought Coda was scratching at the door. I was like, I literally just got up. You're on camera, so don't step forward anymore. Okay.
I was so confused. It's like, not Coda.
Yeah, oh, I saw was a big dog. I forgot about birdies. But yeah, I'm recording right now, so I'll be in a minute. I don't care if they come in and out while they're doing that stuff. Alright? Okay. Can grow awry when too many beaks are involved. Notice where the bird card shows up to determine who's communicating and why. And make sure you truly understand what it is you want to say and what is being said to you. Perhaps you can avoid any misunderstanding simply by paying close attention to those cards closest to the bird. Sorry about that, y'all. It's morning time. All the puppies got to go potty. Alrighty. I get the energy. It's definitely the energy of, yeah, too many cooks in the kitchen, too many beaks involved. I kind of get, like, the smear campaign, the narcissistic smear campaign. Like, the only reason this person has anything is because they've conned it out of these codependent people around them, and now they've started a whole, like, hate campaign against you type of energy. We'll get some more into this. All right. Spirit, you got anything to say before we get started with these cards? A heart is not judged by how much you love, but by how much you are loved by others. The universe is trying to mess with me, and I refuse to engage. I don't know why that song, Standing Room Only, just came to mind. You have everything it takes, more than everything it takes, and you're really stupid for not knowing that. It's considered like, yeah, if you wouldn't want them at your funeral, I don't want a bunch of fake people at my funeral, you know, and I get somebody who's very, very loved, and they might not realize how much they're loved. It's not about dealing with her when she's happy, it's about being able to deal with her when she is upset. Never underestimate the predictability of stupidity. Hi, baby. Good morning, Brutus. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You've been in the videos before, yes. I'm happy to see you too. Did you hear I was happy and just want to mess it up? Yeah, somebody deals with somebody who comes into their life. Like, whenever this person starts doing good, there's a type of people in your life, what, they're only around when you've got something going on, right? Definitely dealing with somebody who's dealing with that type of energy. People only come around when you got something going on. When you've got money, when you've got, you know, a vehicle, when you've got, you know, when you're sponsoring the party, when you can show up with the bottles, when you got it all going on and you can take people places and do things and have a good time, you know, that's when these people come around, right? But they're just there to steal your feathers. And then they act like they're the big badasses because, like, they leave you high and dry. And they're like, oh, look how miserable you are. Look how you can't afford to do shit. You so broke, da-da-da-da-da. Now look at me. I'm still partying. And it's me, well, yeah, but you're only partying with that guy now because that guy's got money and shit like that. It's like, I took care of you during your hard times. I took you in. We got atonement going on here, right? And we got the other one is Bride in the Cage. Someone is definitely taking the atonement for their own decisions. Yeah, it's atonement for me in this deck. It's kind of like that Ten of Swords energy, but it's taking responsibility for putting yourself in the Ten of Swords. It's like kind of like learning to stand, learning to face the dawn. And it's like, yeah, I got 10 swords in my back, but I am still going to get back up. I don't know why, but I got like that clip scene from Captain Marvel where she keeps getting back up, getting back up, getting back up, getting back up, right? She goes, you know, I may not look strong, but I'm way stronger than you're giving me credit for right now, right? And it's like she keeps getting back up, and it's like, yeah, okay, so you stabbed me in the back, but every sword in my back is a karmic debt you have to pay. The only atonement I have to pay for is taking, you know, responsibility for the fact that I allowed you to stab me in the back. But if you can take responsibility of the fact that you allowed these things to happen, that's a big thing in the spiritual community. It's like, you know, okay, when you realize that you can manifest your own reality, and your own reality is really determined about, you know, what, yeah, your mindset and how you handle things. It's like you do have to take, that's part of the dark night of the soul, is taking responsibility for the fact that you created all of that. You also created the bad times. They're your fault. I know that sounds terrible, horrible, and a lot of people are going to click off and unsubscribe right now over that statement. But it just is what it is. And if you can take responsibility of that, that's how you learn how to stand up. You face the dawn. Right? I also got, well, I drink the water from my hands, contagious as you think I am. The other bitch, she's a bride in a cage, right? She will always be a slave to whoever has a couple of bucks in their pocket. Someone's made a major sacrifice. I get the Divine Feminine here in this case, has made a big sacrifice. This card for me is like, what? I have sacrificed too much to give up now. But there's an energy here too, because that is a shadow card of you can't keep focusing on what you have sacrificed. You need to genuinely release the sacrifice, right? So if your whole life crumbled and crashed and that's the sacrifice you feel like you made, it's time to start believing that your world is about to turn around for those sacrifices, right? And stop focusing on what you lost and start focusing on what you've been blessed with, right? We've got the Green Man synergy here. Somebody's not listening to their synchronicities. The universe is screaming at someone right now. The universe is desperately trying to get your attention. I just got these two flip out, right? You got the Prince of Pentacles and the Prince of Cups here. Let's get into it. Alright, that's what I'm missing. I always enjoyed that. Like I said, I know I mentioned it a lot in the Viking scenes where with the seer, and he's like, it really is. What you believe to be true will be true. The seer is just, he sees a possible timeline based on what is in action at that moment, and the mindsets and the subconscious that's going on at that moment. But it's your job, if you don't like where you're at, to manifest a different reality. I know it sounds so hard. You don't understand. I do, trust me. I understand more than a lot of people give me credit for. Someone is definitely in an Eight of Swords, and this, for this deck, for me, this person's kind of defensive about the Eight of Swords, right? And it could be the energy of, yeah, your defensive energy is actually what is keeping people away. I get staying in an old toxic comfort zone, right? It's like the Roadrunner is sitting there and he's just like, I get the energy like with this card, he's in a forest and the Roadrunners are usually found in like the deserts. And it's the kind of energy, it's like, okay, I wasn't respected by the birds. I wasn't treated well by the birds. You know, the birds kind of down me, you know, and he like runs from the forest to the desert, and now he's like the king of the roads. He's the fastest bird. Nobody can catch him. You know what I'm saying? Type of energy. And it's almost like this person, the interference that they're dealing with in their lives, with this Eight of Swords, this entrapment that they feel, they're kind of creating it on themselves due to this defensive energy here. Three of Swords, third-party situation, allowing other people's energy, opinion, and shit they do to affect your life. Someone is dealing with, I got a siren energy here. Jack of Wands, very alluring, very sensual energy here. Got the Six of Swords. There's some messages here. It's a rite of passage. I get your ancestors are trying to reach you, and you might not be listening with this third-party situation, or this third party with their toxic energy is blocking the signal. $33 could be a big number here. 88 again. 8 Swords again here. This could be a feminine that's having this, right? This person could like to indulge, have a little bit of parties. They're definitely waiting for an opportunity. Okay. I get an energy that somebody's waiting for an opportunity. Definitely could be a Queen of Swords, or they could be waiting for an opportunity with this Queen of Swords. But there's definitely this Eight of Swords here. This entrapment, blocking them from the Nine of Pentacles. I'm getting the song Blowing Smoke. In that song, she talks about we're all going to quit when our ship comes in, and that's why nobody ever quits smoking cigarettes. You saying, oh, I'll change after my ship comes in. I'll do all these great things after my ship comes in. Do you know what that does? It creates storms to keep your ship from being able to come in. Right? That Nine of Pentacles is right on the other side, but it's like kind of all chained up at this point. We got a Joker. This Joker has a lot of secrets that gives them a lot of anxiety. Not necessarily get a player type of energy, but just definitely Joker energy. Take Joker energy. Yeah, you take Joker energy. These days, it can mean a lot of different things. I get that this person could be more obsessed with the feminine than they realize. It causes them a lot of anxiety. I get there's like this kind of secret here about it. This person could they have a lot of anxiety about this. Reaping what you sow. Just as someone could be blocking their ship from coming in, this masculine could actually be blocking his divine feminine by having this energy, right? I get that definitely still could be a feminine though. You guys put the energies in the genders where you need to put the energies in the genders. I'm going to lose my mind if I try to tell every variation of a storyline. You know what I'm saying? We're just trying to get to the bottom line of this shit, right? Get the message, get the message. Alright, so I get the energy of these guys are reaping what they sow. We got this King of Swords. This is a I am the machine energy. It's both of y'all. That's why I'm getting all twisted up here, right? These people can't stop thinking about the past. He might be just the machine, and how he stays focused is he's watching this Queen of Wands over here, right? Because she's really got the one. You got a hold on me, right? Why? What you want, man? This is on the 5D spiritual levels, right? Until death do us part. This person, I get can't let go. I like to, look, see his hand? Let me put these two together. Tell me you're not holding on to. See how she's holding the string, goes right up here into this cable. I'm not looking at her. I'm not looking. I'm looking over here, but meanwhile, this hand is holding on to this cable. This cable is the power cord to this entire machine. Woo! It's the power cable to this whole thing. I get the energy that somebody sees that, like, this could be a really good team. Him's doing stuff. We've got an unbalanced, heartless shitwitch here. Someone doesn't like this. And this could be the interference. This masculine could be looking away from a divine connection because they don't want to deal with it. They're still focused on it. This is a rite of passage. This is a rite of passage. Are you really going to take accountability? Right? You're not seeing how you can make this union happen. You're like, you can see the union. You can see it would be a great team. You can see that she's the Queen of Hearts. You're keeping it a secret though because you allow 44 there, because you allow these negative energies. You have to integrate with them. Oh, there's a distance. Once bitten, twice shy. This person could have been very shy around you at one point, but they're definitely like it's addicted to your energy and they needed some space. Someone was addicted to somebody's energy and they needed space, or the energy was too intoxicating and they needed some space, right, to get their heads clear. Or they could have thought that's what it was. You're running out of time now though. There's definitely something time sensitive. You can't keep allowing these toxic energies, right? If you've got to hide something in your life that if you're genuinely in love with somebody, you genuinely love them, and if you have to hide that connection from the people in your life, then one, you either don't genuinely love this person, or two, you are hanging around the wrong fucking people. If the people in your life do not want you to be at your optimal happiness, if they're not helping you thrive, right? I get the big message of there's a difference between a hand out and a hand up. Yeah, that's kind of a big deal in my family. It's like my family, you know, they're weird, but they're never going to give out a handout to anybody. But especially like my sister, she'll give you a hand up anytime you need it. Anytime you fall, she will give you a hand up. She is not going to give nobody a fucking handout. Right? And I get the kind of energy here that it's just like someone didn't accept a hand up, something like that. Whatever this is, or somebody's blocking somebody's blessings for sure. Like I said, I get this bitch. Here we go. What? Someone's ready to stomp out. They're ready to leave. I get that this Jack of Hearts. Let's go get his heart. Someone's having to finally stand up for themselves. I get a lot of, like, whenever I see the Seven of Wands, in this kind of layout too, I get the kind of energy of, yeah, someone's having a little bit of moral fortitude. I got Frankly Scarlet, I don't give a damn. Someone's really like, yeah, they want to walk away. They want to walk away from the toxic energies. Let's get a little bit from the 5D here. What messages have we got for these two? King of Pentacles. We got the King of Pentacles there. Somebody's working on it. They're working on it. What are they working on? What are they working on? They working on being a Knight of Cups. Be like, what? I want to come out. Whoa. Who does? I want to be your hero, baby. I want to wipe away the tears. I think that's Enrique Iglesias' Hero. Right? I want to be your hero, baby. Six of Cups. I get the energy. It's like, can't stop thinking about how it could have been. Someone wants a rebirth. I get that they've been very inspired by the Divine Feminine for this rebirth. It's like, what? Yeah, you might have, like, I get the energy of being thrown out into the wolves, and it's like, you can't throw me out into the wolves. You know, they come when I call. I got the energy of, like, feminine fire signs. Like, it's kind of something I like to say, too. It's like, I'm made of fire, right? But that's why people, you know, people like to play with me, but they end up getting burned. That's my thing for female fire signs. It's like, what? I'm made of fire, and then you play with me, and then you wonder why you get burned, but you can't stop watching. Right? And I get the energy. It's like you were thrown out there on your own. And it's like, what? I didn't come out here. I didn't copy nobody. I didn't try to reach for nobody else's stars. I came out here and tried to put my own damn star in the sky. I'm not trying to be like nobody else. Right? They see you probably having celebration, abundance here. Like I said, casting judgment where judgment needs to be casted. Learning where to focus and channel your energy to. Right? Let's get some on this Nine of Swords. What's the Nine of Swords about? This person might have had to deal with some cruelty. They might still be kind of dealing with overcoming some energy of cruelty, right? And they're learning Prince of Wands. Don't let people get you fired up and put you in a toxic energy, right? Yeah, don't let people get you fired up, put you in a toxic energy. See, debauched, right? Why? Blocks your shit from coming in. Gets you stuck, makes you say terrible things, right? Makes you say terrible, heartless things. These were right up when I started, right? This energy of this Nine of Swords, right? This focusing on the cruelty brings in more cruelty. I get this Queen of Swords had to separate herself for this reason. You get the Magician, right? I get the energy of be careful that you're not overindulging. 44 again. This is a completion of a cycle when it comes to this union. Someone is deciding peace over the third-party situations, right? They're tired of the interference. They're going for balance. I got the Emperor here. I got the Emperor and the Queen of Cups. You guys are mirroring each other in some ways. You really are. It just is what it is on these weird, twisted little journeys. We're all mirrors and reflections. The Wheel of Fortune is coming, though. There is about to be a big switch up. There is about to be a big change. And it's going to start on the inside. As within, so without. As below, so above, right? I always say this too. When you're channeling, when you're grounding, anything you do, you need to ground down first and connect to your source energy. Well, I feel like I'm a bleeding. No, okay? You can feel like you're a walk-in. I don't care if you feel like you're a walk-in from fucking Pluto. I don't care. Are you in a meat suit? Were you created from an egg and a sperm? Were you from here? Is your body, is your whole system created on this planet? Ground down and connect to your earth source energy before you try to cash shit up. A lot of people just try to connect to the cosmos and then they wonder why they can't connect with their damn path. Because you're not in the cosmos. That's the whole goddamn point. Apologies for those of you who are super religious and took offense to that one. I find people find it more offensive when you say GD than anything else. But yeah, that's the whole point. I get kind of energy. It's like, yeah, that's God's point too. It's like God the Goddess. They're like, dude, what are you doing? You're just casting your energy out into the cosmos all the time. You're not grounding. You're not connecting with source. You're not connecting with nature. You're not connecting with the earth. You're just plugged in all the time, bitching about how much humanity sucks. Yes, humanity sucks. That's why we keep telling you to get out in nature. See what I'm saying? You need to learn how to connect, ground down. That's how you'll start to recognize your synergy. And that's how the energy of the earth, of the energy that you are surrounded by and living in, can connect with you. Your guides, your angels, the Pleiadians, all that shit, they're not connecting to you. They have to connect to source energy in order to connect to you. To broadcast here. They got to still tune to the station. I don't know what to tell you. The Earth Channel. We're the most popular TV. We are Yellowstone for the universe. Oh, he's like, what is it? Is it The Simpsons or is it Family Guy? It's one of those older cartoons. Has the aliens, and they just watch people on Earth, and they like turn the channels. Anyway. We got 9. We got waning crescent, and then we got waning gibbous. So is the energy of the moon's growing energy here. I think we did waning just the other day. But I'll read it again for y'all for those who are new. Liminal physics and transition, or psychic and transition. The waning crescent is a magical card indeed, indicating a time of psychic visions, prophetic dreams, spooky experience. Liminal time as the moon makes its journey from the end of the current cycle towards the next, therefore suggests a time of transition. This is a period of leaving the past behind and taking the lessons learned as you move forward. The new phase in your life for greater wisdom than you had before. It is a time of healing and magic, of dream work and self-reflection. And when you pull this card, it can mean that you are still feeling the pain of old wounds and scars and you are not fully healed. So be gentle with yourself. A paper cut takes seconds to inflict but days to heal. Give yourself the time needed to go over an old injury, be this physical or emotional. Take the positive steps such as counseling towards better mental health, emotional intelligence. This card could also be one of strong enchantment. If you are pulled this as your personal card, it would suggest that you have an affinity for magics and spell casting. The waning crescent is a very protective energies, and that you are guarded on your magical path. Okay, the waning crescent is the last piece of moon that you see before the moon disappears for the new moon, where you plant your new intentions. But before you plant your new intentions, this moon is for releasing anything that no longer serves you. Before you plant seeds of new intention, before you plant a plant, you want to make sure that the soil's right. You want to make sure, you know what I'm saying, you got to till the ground. You got to treat the ground. You got to fertilize the ground. You got to do all this work before you start planting seeds. You need to pull the weeds out. You need to clear the space for the plant to be able to grow, right? Get what I'm saying here? All right, now we got the waning gibbous. Reflection, respite, and processing. This card represents the imminent aftermath of a significant event. A waning gibbous moon appears just after the bustling energy of a full moon. And at the time, it is a time of anticlimax and reflection. Drawing this card would suggest that you have been through the mill a bit, and now is a time to reflect and take stock of your life where those events have left you. Take a breath and gather your thoughts before doing anything. This card indicates a time of decompression is in order. As you come to terms with the recent events in your life, even the positive and happy events such as moving, getting a new house, getting married, having a baby, or graduating, can still take their toll. It might be that you feel a need to retreat for a while and spend some time in solitude or with very close family. It could be that circumstances have run away with you and you have had the rug pulled out from under you in some way. Even success can leave us feeling somewhat overwhelmed at times. This card is telling you to sit for a while and come to terms with these events rather than fighting against them. All will be well. Get that energy of the bird, right? The Roadrunner couldn't go and be king of the desert until he had to release the forest, right? It's like, what? Well, everybody's too busy listening to the Quinzel. Nobody's listening to me. Doesn't seem like anybody really cares that the Quinzel did this to me. And it's like, why are you still hanging around those people? Why are you still tolerating that behavior? You know what I'm saying? I always get that, I get what? Those that matter will understand. And those that don't understand don't matter. So stop allowing them to affect your life, affect your timeline, or even cast anything on your timeline, right? Everything is a co-creation. You have to agree to co-create with those people. You have to agree that they're right. You must be an idiot. You must be an asshole. You deserve to live in the showers. You have to agree to play that character in their timeline. And if you don't agree, then you need to remove yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just don't be part of their timeline at all. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. I love y'all, and I'm back as soon as I can, I promise.